Alright, this is solutions for the triangle worksheet gave y'all today. Alright, number one, in the figure above, what is x? So this will kind of have to use our angles as well as our triangle facts. So if this is 110, then this here has to be 70. Because remember, everything in a straight line has to equal to 180. So 180 minus 110 is 70, so this is 70. 60 plus 70 is 130, so x is going to be 130. Because if this is 130, then this is going to be 50, and then 180 minus 150 is going to be x. So another property is for the outside angle is equal to the sum of those two angles. Okay? Or just doing it the long way, we said this was 70, so 60 plus 70 is 130. So again, in a triangle, everything must add up to 180. So 180 minus 130 is 50. So this angle here is 50. Now again, when you have the straight line, everything in a straight line has to equal to 180. So this is 50. So x has to be 130. Alright, number two. In the figure above, x is 2z, y is 3z. What is the value of z? So x is 2z, so let's replace it as 2z, y is 3z. What is the value of z? So we're going to do one of two ways. Either plug in the numbers to figure it out, or this is pretty simple algebra, so we can just do it with z. So 3z plus 2z has to equal to is 5z, right? So it's in a straight line, so it has to equal to 180. So z to divide by 5, that is 36. Yeah, 36. So the answer is C. Pretty sure I'm right, I hope. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, C. Alright. Number three. In the figure above, what is x in terms of y? So I have to solve for x in terms of y. So, so looking at all your answer choices, you know it's going to be x is equal to something plus or minus y. Alright, so this is 30. Again, this is a triangle. Everything inside a triangle has to add up to 180. So 180 minus 30 is 150. So x plus y has to equal to 150. So we're solving x in terms of y. We take the y to the other side. So x is equal to 150 minus y. And that's it. Number four. The angles of a triangle are the ratio 2, 3, 4. What is the degrees measure of the largest angle? So again, just like we did in class, the degree of the largest angle. So for every 2 degrees, you have 3 degrees, and you have 4 degrees. Okay, so how many degrees do you have in total? That's 7, that's 9. We have 9 degrees in total. So our triangle again has 180 degrees. So how do we turn 90 degrees into 180 and multiply by 20? So we have to multiply all of these degrees by 20. So multiply 2 times 20 gives you 40 degrees. 3 times 20 give you 60. And 4 times 20 give you 80 degrees. So what is the degree measure of the largest angle? The largest one is going to be 80. Number 5. In the figure above, if AB is equal to 2, what is the length of B of BC? Alright, let me just redraw it a little bit bigger so y'all can see better. So this is 45, and then this is going to be 30. There's A, B, C, and D. Okay. If AB is 2, so this is 2 right here, what is the length of BC? Now, okay, so we have two right triangles. We have a 45, 45, 90 triangle and a 30, 60, 90 right, 30, 60, 90 triangle. So we have to go back to our notes and remember that a 45, 45, the 45, 45, 90 trick. So 45, 45, 90 trick says if this is A, this is also A, and this is equal to A square root of 2. Okay, so we have 2 is equal to the A square root of 2. So 2 is equal to A square root of 2. Right? Divide both sides with square root of 2. You're using your calculator, you know you're going to get square root of 2. But if you don't have calculator, it's fine. We know we have to rewrite this. Remember, radicals cannot be in the bottom, so we multiply by 1, or square root of 2 over 2. So you get, let's go back this way. Sorry, guys. We get 2 square root of 2, and what is square root of 2 times square root of 2? The square roots cancel out. You're left with 2. The 2 cancel. So we have a is equal to square root of 2. So a is equal to square root of 2. So it means this is square root of 2, and this is also square root of 2. Okay? Let's just a different color. So square root of 2 and square root of 2. Alright, so now we have 30. So we want the angle. What is the length of BC? So now we're going to remember our 30, 60, 90 rule. So this is 60. This is 30. So this is A. Hypotenuse is 2A. And this is A square root of 3. So if this is 30, 30 is A. So square root of 2 is A. So then the hypotenuse will be 2A. So 2A will be 2 square root of 2. So the answer is C. 6. In the figure above, what is the value of A plus B? Okay. So now we have two different triangles. We have this triangle here, and then this triangle here as well. Okay. So let's do the small triangle. So this is 90 degrees. This is 65 degrees. And this is A. So we have 90 plus 65 plus A has to equal to 180. Because again, all the angles inside a triangle add up to 180. So A is equal to 25. Alright, now we do the other triangle. This is 45 and this is B. So 90 plus 45 is 135. 180 minus 135 is 45. So we have A. So B is equal to 40. Oh, sorry guys. B is equal to 45. So now I have A and B. So A plus B is equal to 25 plus 45, which is 70. The answer is, oh, sorry, circled the wrong one. 70 is B. Sorry, guys. Alright, number 7. If two sides of a triangle are 8 and 5, each of the following could be the measure of the third side except. So we have 8 and 5. 8 and 5. So again, remember, the sum of two triangles, the sum of two sides have to be greater than the other side. So 8 plus 5 is 13. So 4 can be A because it's less. That's less, that's less, that's less. But 13, we put 13 here. 13 is not greater than 13. So the answer is E. Because it says which is the following measure the third side except. So 13 is the one that we cannot do. Because remember, A plus B has to be greater than C. So 8 plus 5 has to be greater than C. 13 has to be greater than C. So C cannot be, or this side cannot be 13. So the answer is E. If the area of a right triangle is 15, what is the perimeter? Okay. So area of a right triangle. So remember, for right triangle, back to the notes, A times B divided by 2 is the area. It's equal to 15. So A times B has to equal to 30. Now, that doesn't really tell us much. Because we still need to know C. There is no C. And then A and B can be 6 and 5, 15 and 2. That's already 11, and that's already 17. So there's no way we can figure out the perimeter without, we need more information to figure out the perimeter. 9. In the figure above, what is the measure of X? Alright, this is 45. It's a right triangle. This is 45, so this is also going to be 45. Two angles are the same, so two sides are the same. So this is 2 square root of 3. So now, 45, 45, 90. So again, this is A. This is A. So this is going to be A square root of 2. So what's 2 square root of 3 times square root of 2? We'll just multiply the radicals. is 2 square root of 6. So the answer is B. So again, you have to see right away that that is a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. Once you see that, you know this is A, that's A squared root of 2. So you should multiply this by square root of 2, and you get 2 square root of 6. In the figure above, what is the measure of x? So this is 60, so then this is going to be your 30, okay? So we have 60, so remember the one with 60 is A square root of 3. So A square root of 3 has to equal to 12. Oh, sorry. A square root of 3 has to equal to 12, so what do? Divide both sides by square root of 3. A is equal to 12 over square root of 3. So this can't, again, we have to multiply by square root of 3 over 3. Square root of 3 divided by square root of 3. You get 12 square root of 3 over 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so you're left with A is equal to 4 thirds. Yes, 4 thirds. Now x, so this is going to be 4 thirds. Remember, x, or the hypotenuse, is 2a. Since a is 4 square root of 3, 2a will be 2 times 4 is 8, so it will be 8 square root of 3. So again, you have to know that's it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. 60 corresponds with a square root of 3. So a square root of 3 has to equal to 12. So we solve for a, we get a is 4 square root of 3. Now the hypotenuse is 2a. So a was 4 square root of 3. So 2a, 2 times that will give you 8 square root of 3. 11. I'm going to do 11 on the bottom because not enough space. If the perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 20. Okay, so isosceles triangle. These two sides are going to be the same. If the perimeter is 20, these two sides are going to be the same. The perimeter is 20. And the length of AC is 8. What is one possible value of the length side of BC? Alright, so doesn't matter which way is drawn, right? Let's say AC is 8, so then this is also 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. So the perimeter has to be what? It has to be 20. So this is going to be 4. So one possible answer is to be 4. Or do it again. Let's say this is 8. So that's to be 12. So these two sides have to be the same. So that's going to be 6 and 6. So the other answer you can get is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 2 is that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So your answers can be 4, 8, or 6. Any of those will be fine. Alright, now number 11. Number 12, sorry. This was 11. Number 12. In the square ABCD shown above, if AC is 5, what is the area of the shaded region? Alright, so we have to remember about squares. There's one special thing about squares. All sides are the same. This is the same as that. And also, they have 90-degree angles. Okay, so what figure is this? It's a right triangle, right? What kind? A 45, 45, 90 triangle. Why? Is it 45? Because both the two sides are the same. If two sides are the same, the two angles have to be the same. And for a right triangle, it's going to be 45, 45. So it's the 45, 45, 90 rule. So again, we have to go back to our rules. This is A, so then this is going to be A square root of 2. Okay? Yeah. AC is 5. What is the value? Okay, yes. Alright. So we got to solve for A. So A square root of 2 is equal to 5. A is equal to 5 square root of 2. Again, we got to multiply by square root of 2 over square root of 2. So you're left with 5 square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Now what is the area of the shaded region? Now remember what I said for area for right triangles. It's just the leg times the leg divided by 2. So we have 5 square root of 2 over 2 times 5 square root of 2 over 2. So 5 times 5 is 25, right? And then square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. And then, yeah, sorry. And then 2 times 2 is 4. So you have 25 times 2 divided by 4. So you're left with 50 over 4. So our answer is going to be 50 over 4, or reduce it down to 25 over 2, or 6 point, no, hold on, 12.5. Hold on. This is 5, right? AC is 5. Square root of 2. 25 times 2 is 54. 4. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Oh, divided by 2, sorry. And then divided by 2. Because this is just A times B. Remember, it's A times B divided by 2. Alright, hold on, let's just redo it again. It got a bit messy. Alright. So we have A was 5 square root of 2 over 2. So B is also 5 square root of 2 over 2. So to find the area, it's A times B divided by 2. Okay? So we have 5 square root of 2 over 2 times 5 square root of 2 over 2. If you have a calculator, it would be super easy. But, you know, we don't have one right now. But you can plug this in your calculator and you get the right answer. So multiply 5 and 5 will give us 25. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 gives us 4. I mean, square root of 4, which gives us 2. Divided by 4. So that gives us 50 over 4. So it's 50 over 4 divided by 2, which is 50 over 8. You reduce that down, it's 25 over 4. So the answer is 25 divided by 4, or 6.25. Alright, so again, we have to notice that this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And then the hypotenuse is a square root of 2. That's 5 has to equal to a square root of 2. So we solve for a, and then square that, and then divide it by 2 to get our answer. (13) In the figure above, what is the area of the right triangle QRS? Okay. So first things first, we have to solve for x. Okay, we have to solve for x. So we know. So now we're going to have to use Pythagoras theorem because we don't know the angles. We don't know anything else. So Pythagoras theorem says s squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So 2x, the whole thing squared, plus x squared has to equal to 100. Okay. 2x squared is 4x squared plus x squared has to equal to 100. That's 5x squared is equal to 100. So x squared is equal to 20. X squared is equal to 20. So then x is square root of 20. Square root of 20 reduces down to 2 square root of 5. If you don't believe me, you can square this and you'll get 20. Okay. So x is square root of 20. So what is the area? So again, area, it's leg A times leg B divided by 2. So we have 2x, so 2 times 2 square root of 5 times 2 square root of 5 over 2. So these two will just cancel. So we're left with 2 square root of 5 times 2 square root of 5. So 2 times 2 is 4. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. So your answer is 20. Alright, now I'm going to do the medium problems. In the figure above, if AD is parallel to BC, then X is equal to what? Alright, so we need to solve for that. Okay, so 70 plus 60 is 130. So you know this here has to be 50, because again, all areas in a triangle have to add up to 180. If this is 50, yeah, if this is 50, then you know this here is also going to be 50. If this is 50, If this is 50 and this is 60, then you know this has to be 70. Okay, so that is 70. So this here is 70. Okay, so now we said these two lines are parallel, so now they're intersected by this line here. So they're intersected by that line. So I know it's not really a Z, but this angle is the same as that angle. Since this angle is 70, then this angle here is also 70. So 70 is equal to X. So X is equal to 70. Again, a little hard to see, but 70 plus 60 is 130. So you know this is 50. This is 50, then this is also 50 because opposite angles or reflective angles are the same. 60 plus 50 is the 111. So you know this has to be 70. Now the key thing was that AD is parallel to BC. So even if we just extend the lines, that's fine. So they're intersected by a line, so we know the interior angles have to be the same. So this interior angle has to be same as this interior angle. So this is 70, so that's 70, this is 70, then that's also going to be 70. So the answer is 70. 15. What is the value of A in the figure above? Okay. So you have 60, 4x, A, and 7x. Sorry. Okay, so this is 60. So everything inside here has to add up to what? 180, right? So 180 is equal to 4x plus 60 plus A. So 4x plus A has to equal to 120. Okay, so we'd say, yeah. Then we also have 7x plus A has to equal to 180. So we solve for x, we just do it by, so we have two unknowns and two equations, right? So we can subtract from each other. So A cancels A, so we're left with negative 3x is equal to negative 60. So x is equal to 20. So if x is 20, okay, this is just algebra. Again, this is just algebra 2 you're doing. So the x is 20. So we just plug it back in to one of our equations. Let's say the 4. So 4 times 20 plus A has equal to 120. So that's 80 plus A is equal to 120. So A is equal to 40. So again, 4x plus A has equal to 120 because we already have 60, so we need 120 left to make 180. 7x plus A has to equal to 180 because it's in a straight line. We have two equations, two unknowns, so we can solve it. We can do it by adding or subtraction. So we subtracted. So we subtracted this one from this one. So you're left with negative 3x minus 60. Divide both sides by negative 3. X is 20. Now, they want what is A? Not x, they want A. So the answer is not 20. We're not done yet. I have to solve for A. So now x is 20, so you plug it into either one. It doesn't matter which one, it's going to be the same. So x, I plugged it into the first one. 4 times 20 is 80. Subtract 80 from 120, you get 40. So A is 40. 16. In the figure above, what is the value of S? Okay, so we have this triangle here, which again has to add up to 180. So 180 is equal to 102 plus Q plus R. So Q plus R has to equal to 78. Okay, 78. So Q plus R is equal to 78. You might be thinking, how is that going to help us? Well, now we see the big triangle. The big triangle is S plus this angle plus that angle. Okay, this angle consists of R plus Q. This angle consists of Q plus R. So we have Q plus R. So this angle here is 78. And this angle there is 78. Right? But again, it's a big triangle, so everything has to add up to, hopefully you said 180. So 180 plus S is equal to, 180 is equal to S plus 2 times 78. 2 times 78 is 156. So S is equal to 24. is equal to 24. 17. The circle and the triangle lie in a plane. What is the maximum number of points at which the circle and the right and the triangle could intersect? All right, this is a little bit tricky. This is a free response, so go ahead, take a chance at it. If you get it wrong, you don't get points counted off. If you get it right, you get a whole point. So circle. So let's draw a circle. Let's draw a triangle. Okay, we can do a triangle this way. Oh, that's an ugly triangle. Let's do it again. So we can draw the circle this way. So how many ways does that intersect? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. Let's see if we can do it any other way. If you go around it, that'll just be 3. It's kind of the same thing. 1, 2, yeah. So the biggest one is 6. Again, just draw it, see what you get, and get lucky. So the answer is 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 18. If 3 interior angles of a triangle are x degrees, what as x degrees, x minus 4 degrees, and 2x degrees, which of the following must be true? So it's in a triangle, so it's x plus x minus, oh come on pen, x minus 4 plus 2x has to equal to what? 180. Okay, so you have x plus x is 2x plus 4 is 4x. 4x minus 4 is equal to 180. 4x is equal to 184. X is equal to 46. 24. Yeah. X is equal to 46. The triangle is right. So let's plug it in and see. If it means triangle to be right, it means it must be a right triangle. So it means an angle has to be 90 degrees. So let's plug it in and see. So x is 46. X minus 4. That angle will be 42. 2x will give you 92. So 1 is wrong. No, the triangle is not right because none of the angles are 90 degrees. So 1 is wrong. So A is wrong. Yeah, A is wrong. All right. 3x minus 5 is 133. Plug in 46. 3 times 46 is 18 period 1. 138. 138 minus 5 is 133. So number 2 is right. Okay. 3. If the measure of the smallest angle is increased by 48, the resulting angle will be right. The smallest angle is 42. So 42 plus 48, that equals 90. So that's right. So 3 is right. So 2, the answer is 2 and 3. Alright, this one's a little tough one. This one did take me, not gonna lie, this took me a while to figure out. So again, if you're in the test, the time's running out, just go ahead and skip it. There's no need in wasting time. 1 point is still 1 point, doesn't matter if it's easy or hard. In the figure above, what is the measurement of angle BED? So you want to know BED, you want to know that angle right there. Okay, so the way you do this is you have to see, which is really, this should have been a hard question, not an easy question. I mean a medium question. So you need to see this figure. It took 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a quadrilateral, so it's 4 sides. If it has 4 sides, the angles will sum up to 360. So let's add up all the angles. So it's this angle, that angle, that angle, and that angle. So that's 2x and 4x. So that's 4x plus 75 plus 85 is 160. So you go to 360. 4x is equal to 200. So x is equal to 50. So x is equal to 50. So now we worry about this triangle here because this has the angle we want. So if x is 50, 75 plus 50 is equal to 125. And again, a triangle has to add up to 180. So 180 minus 125 is 55. So the answer is 55. I know this is really hard to see, but hopefully we get this one in the test. You should know how to do it. 20. What is the length of the hypotenuse of an isosceles right triangle with the area of 32? So it's right triangle, so again, it says isosceles, right? So it means two sides are the same. These two sides are the same. Shows us A times A. Okay, since area, so A times A divided by 2 has to equal to 32. Okay, so A squared is equal to 64. So A is 8. So if this is 8, this is 8, and the hypotenuse is A square root of 2, so it's going to be 8 square root of 2. So the answer is D. 21. In triangle QRS, shown above, if QS is 6, so this is 6 here, RS is equal to what? Okay, so this is 120. So again, this is a straight line. So you know this here has to be what? Has to be 60. So this is 60. So you're left with 30 and 60 is 90. So you know this has to be 90 as well. So now you have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So let's redraw it. Hypotenuse is 6. No, everything else doesn't really matter. 60. Okay. What is RS? RS would be our short side, would be this side, will be the one corresponding to 30 degrees. Okay, so what is RS, or what is the one with 30? So remember for 30, 60, 90, for 30, 60, 90 triangle, if this is A, this is 2A, and this is A squared root of 3. So the hypotenuse is 6, which is equal to 2A. So A is equal to 3, so this side is 3, so this side has to be 3, so the answer is 3. Because remember, so because RS corresponds to 30 degrees, so we have to follow the rule of the 30 degrees, and the one that corresponds to 30 degrees is A. Since the hypotenuse, which is 2A, is 6, so A is 3, so then A is 3, so the answer is 3. 12. If AD is equal to 2 times CD. So if this is x, then this is 2x. And BD is equal to BC, which is 6. So this is 6, and this is 6. What is the length of AB? What is the length of this one? So this is what we want. So these two sides are the same, and it's a right triangle, so it makes it a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So this is 6, and then this is 6 square root of 2. And since AD was twice of CD, this is 12 square root of 2. Okay? So now we have 12 square root of 2 and 6. Now we have to use Pythagoras theorem to find C. So we have 12 square root of 2 squared plus 6 squared is equal to C squared. Hopefully you have a calculator. So you do all this calculation. So you square this and then take the square root of each one. So C, you end up getting 18. So we square this and add 36, take the square root of that and give you 18. So again, you are allowed to have a calculator test, so hopefully you have one with you when you're doing the practice problems. (23) If angle XYZ is congruent to XZY and the area of triangle XYZ is 48, what is the perimeter of the figure above? Alright, so XYZ, if this angle is the same at XZY, so this angle, so it means these two sides are the same. And the area is 48. So you remember the area for triangle is 1/2 base times height. The base is 12 so far, so we know it's 12. We don't know the height. So we know it's 12h divided by 2 has to equal to 48. Or 6h is equal to 48. So h is 8. Okay? So the height is 8. So now this goes all the way straight down. So you know this is going to be 6. This is going to be 6. And 90 and 90. So again, now if you know your triplets, the 3, 4, 5 triangle, like I said, the multiples of it are true as well. So 6, 8, 10. So this is 6, this is 8, so then this has to be 10. This is 10, so then this side has to be 10 as well. So what is the perimeter? It's 10 plus 10 plus 12, give you 32. So the answer is 32. Number 24. Figure above if angle DBA is 60, DBA is 60, and DTB is 30, and BC is 4. What is the length of BD? So we try and find this here. Okay, so if this is 60, again, this is a straight line. If this is 60, you know this angle has to be 120. And now this is a triangle, because even though it doesn't say it, it has 3 sides. Anything with 3 sides is considered a triangle. So angles in a triangle again has to add up to 180. So 120 plus 30 is 150. So you know this has to be 30 as well. So this is 30, this is 30. You have 2 angles, so both sides must be the same. So since this is fine, so this is 4, and this is also 30, so you know this is going to be 4. So the answer is 4. 25. What is the area of an isosceles right triangle with a hypotenuse of 2? So an isosceles right triangle, again, these two things are 2, so the hypotenuse is 2. So again, how do you solve? This is a isosceles triangle or a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. So again, this is, remember, a square root of 2. So 2 is equal to a square root of 2. I don't want to do the math all over again, so a is equal to square root of 2. So this is square root of 2, this is square root of 2. Alright, so what they want to know the area. So the area for a right triangle is both legs multiplied against each other and divided by 2. So area is square root of 2 times square root of 2 over 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So the area is 1. Alright, not to the hard ones. Just semi-hard. Not really. The length of each side of a starting triangle is even. So even numbers. If no 2 sides have the same length, what is the smallest perimeter of the triangle could be? So again, we have to follow the rules. So let's say it's a 2, 4, 6. Let's see if this is possible. So 2 sides, remember, the sum of 2 sides have to be greater than the other. 2 plus 4 is 6. Is 6 greater than 6? No. So you know 2, 4, 6 cannot be possible. Let's try the next one. 4, 6, 8. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 is greater than 8. Yes. 6 plus 8 is 14. Greater than 4. Yes. 4 plus 8 is 12. Is 12 greater than 6? Yes. So this triangle can work. So now what will be the perimeter? 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus 8 is 18. So the answer is 18. Again, you need to know that the sum of two sides has to be greater than the other. Number 27. The figure above consists of 36 squares, each with a side of 1. What is the area of triangle ABC? Alright, this takes a little bit of imagination. So let's pretend it's the right triangle. And since it says it's made up of squares, you know this angle is going to be a right angle, okay? Because it says made of squares. Okay. So now we have, and each side corresponds with 1. So we have this triangle as well as this triangle. So to find the area, we have to find the area of the big triangle and subtract the area of the small triangle. So the big triangle, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So area of the big triangle is 8. Now, for the small triangle, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the area of the big one is 8. And we got to subtract 6 from it. So 8 minus 6 is 2. So the answer is 2. 28. Based on the figure above, if x is an integer, what is the probability that x is even? Alright, so I know we haven't covered probability, but it's kind of simple. So probability is just like a fraction. The thing that goes to the bottom is all possibilities. All possibilities, and the top is going to be what we want. Okay. So the all possibilities are going to be all the numbers that x can be, and then the top is going to be how many numbers are even. So again, it's a triangle. So the sum of two sides has to be greater than the other. So 12 plus 8 is 20. So x has to be less than 20. So since we're dealing with integers, integers mean whole numbers. So we go, so it's from 1 all the way up to 19. Now we have to see if 1 is even possible. If this is 1, 1 plus 8, is that bigger than 12? No. So 1's not possible. 2 won't be possible. 3 won't be possible. And 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. Is 12 bigger than 12? No. So next one is 5. So 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 is bigger than 12? Yes. So from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Junior,
18,
please come to the front desk.
19.
Junior, please come to the front desk.
You heard that, Junior? You got to go to front desk. All right. So, so how many possibilities do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 goes in the bottom. And what would we want? We want even numbers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is C, 7 or 15. $29. All right, 29 is, it's a little bit difficult. This is a hard one. So, right. The figure above, the perimeter of the equilateral triangle is 24. So this triangle is equilateral, so it means all sides are the same. It says x, x, and x. So 3x has to equal to 24, so you know x is equal to 8. So this is 8, this is 8, that's also 8. If AC are perpendicular, what is the perimeter of A, B, D, E? Okay, this is a little bit of a stretch, but we're going to do it. So this is 8, so then this is also going to be 8. This is 8 squared. Since they're parallel, these two lines are also not going to be parallel, but they're not going to move. They're the same, so it's going to be 8 squared root of 3 as well. Here. Okay. So, yeah, what was that? AC, and ED. Okay, so they're parallel. They're going to check about this line. This is a rectangle. I forgot why it is a rectangle. 8, 8, and 8. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So this is 60. Oh, yeah. There it goes. All right. So this is 60. So then this angle here is also going to be, sorry guys, this angle here is also going to be 60. This is 60. This is also 60 here because of the 0. So this is a rectangle. Then this is that. So this is 90, 60. So you know this is 30. So 60 again. 60 corresponds with a squared root of 3. So 8 is 8. So this is 8 here. And you know this has to be 8. I mean 16. Sorry. 16 because the hypotenuse is 2a. Since a is 8, that would be 16. So now we have all outside. So we have 8 plus 8 plus 16. 8 plus 8 plus 16 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 square root of 3. Alright. So 16 is 8 plus 8 again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 eighths. And then the square root of 3. So the answer is B. So So you have, this is 8, this is 8, this is 16, 8, and 8. I mean, you can add everything up, you get 48. So 48 plus square root plus 8 square root of 3. You factor out an 8 out of here, it'll be left with 6 square root of 3. And that's our answer, B. Man, I'm tired. 30. In the figure above, what is the length of BC? BC is here. Okay. So this is this triangle here is a right triangle, so then this is also a right triangle. Okay. So we have our hypotenuse and we have our leg, but we don't have the angles, so we have to use Pythagoras theorem. So we know this is 4, so c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So 16 is equal to a squared plus 7 squared, which is 7. So subtract, so 9 is equal to a squared, so a is equal to 3. So this side here is going to be 3. So this is 3, then this is 5, because the whole thing is 8, so this has to be 5. Now we have a right triangle again. Here, so we know that we have this leg and we have this leg again. Now we need to find our hypotenuse. So we have 5 squared plus square root of 7 squared is equal to c. 25 plus 7 is equal to c. 32 is equal to c. Oh, sorry, c squared. 32 is equal to c squared. Let's take a square root of both sides. Square root of 32, we can rewrite that as 16 times 2. So square root of 16 is 4, and you're left with the square root of 2. So the answer is 4 square root of 2, which is A. 31. In the figure above, circle O has a circumference of 12 pi. I know we haven't done circles, we already have time, but you'll learn something right now. If AB is 8, what is the length of BC? So circles. For circles, if you know the area, you know the circumference. If you know the circumference, you know the area. All because they all deal with r, or the radius. So area for circumference is 2 pi r, and that has equal to 12 pi. Divide both sides by 2 pi. Pi's cancel. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the radius is 6. So again, what is the radius? The radius is from the middle to the edge. So here to here is 6, and also from here to here is also 6. Okay. Yeah, it's 6. So now it says what is length of BC. So we need to know this. So from here to here is 6, but we don't care. We need this side. So we need to know what this is so we can subtract it from 6. So again, we have two sides. We have 8 and 6, but not this one. We have no angles, so we can't use any more tricks. So we have to use Pythagoras theorem again. So we have 64 is equal to 36 plus that squared. 64 minus 36 is 18, right? Yeah, 18. So you go to b squared, take the square root. The factors of 18 are 9 and 2, so that'd be 3 square root of 2. So you go to b. So this is 3 square root of 2. So now we have to subtract. So we have 6 minus 3 square root of 2. They have all these are factored out, so we factor out a 3 because 6 and a 3, that's the only thing they have in common. So factor out a 3. You take a 3 from here, you're left with 2. Take a 3 away from here, you're left with 1. So this answer is, yeah, hold on. I did it wrong. That's 6, that's 8. 64 minus 36 is 14, carry the 1. It's 4. Oh, it's 5. Oh, sorry, it's 28. My bad. So square root of 28. Alright, let's do that over. So square root of 28 is equal to b. 28 has factors of 7 and 4. Square root of 4 is 2, so you're left with 2 square root of 7, so that's b. So from here to here is 6. So we have 6 minus 2 square root of 7. What do 6 and 2 have in common? They have a 2 in common, so you're left with 2. So it's 3 minus square root of 7, which is b. Sorry, I don't have a calculator. What is the length of BC in the figure? So what is this? So now this we have two triangles again. We have this smaller right triangle and then this whole big triangle. So for the small triangle, hypotenuse is 26 squared is equal to 5x squared, the whole thing squared, not just the x, plus BC. And for the big one, we have 30 squared is equal to 9x, the whole thing squared, plus BC. Yeah. Alright. So we have to solve for x first. So let's subtract everything. So we're going to have, let's subtract this way, make it easier. So the BC's are going to cancel out. This is 81x squared and this is 25x squared. So we're left with 30 squared minus 26 squared. I don't have a calculator with me, so I don't know what that is equal to 81 minus 25 is 56x squared. So you divide by 56 on both sides, right? And then you got to take the square root of it. So you have a calculator, please. Hope you're doing this. So you get x is equal to 2. All right, x is equal to 2. So with x is equal to 2, we go back up here and just plug it in. It's just to solve. So x is 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. 10 squared is 100. Right. Oh, no, we should solve for BC, sorry. Yeah, so 2 would be 100. So we subtract 100 from here. So 26 squared minus 100. And then you take the square root of that to get BC by itself. And then you should get 24. So again, we have two unknowns, two equations, two unknowns, so we can solve for it. So first is this small triangle, which is 26 squared minus 5x squared minus BC squared, plus BC squared. 30 squared is equal to 9x squared, the whole thing squared, plus BC squared. We subtract, cancel out BC's. We left with 56x squared is equal to 30 squared minus 26. Again, I don't have a calculator. So we solve for that. We do all that algebra, and we get x is equal to 2. Now we plug in 2 to this one. So 5 times 2 is 100. I mean, it's 10. 10 squared is 100. We take it to the other side. So 26 squared minus 100 gives us BC squared. Gives us BC squared. So we have to take the square root, and we end up with 24. Alright, 2 more. This is the longest video I ever made. 33. In the right triangle, ABC above is equal to x. Alright, we can do this one of two ways. Either plug in numbers to see that everything makes sense, or we do the algebra way. So either way you feel comfortable, it's fine. But again, you have to start at C and then go from there. So let's do it the algebra way. So x squared is x squared plus x plus 2 squared has to equal to 2x minus 2, the whole thing squared. So let's FOIL out. X plus 2x squared is x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 4x squared minus, that's 4 minus 8x plus 4. Take everything to the other side. We'll combine first. This is 2x plus 4x plus 4. It's equal to 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. So let's take this to the other side. Minus 2x squared minus 4x minus 4. So we're left with minus 12x equal to 0. No, hold on, I messed up somewhere. 2x squared times 2x minus 2 is 4x squared. That's 4x plus 4x is 9x. Okay, that's x squared plus 4 plus 4. Okay, that's 2x squared. 4x. Yeah, okay. Oh, hold on. Oh man, I messed up again. Crap. Sorry, guys. Alright. Alright, let's do it again. Alright, So we have to follow out again. So this is the right triangle. So it's this squared plus this squared has to equal to that squared. So that's just all for x. So x plus 2 squared is x. X plus 2 times x plus 2. So you have x squared 2x plus 4 plus 2x is 4x plus 4. Okay. 2x minus 2 times 2x minus 2. That's 4x squared minus 4x minus 4x is minus 8x plus 4. So this squared plus that squared, so plus x squared, left with 2x squared plus 4x plus 4, so you go to 4x squared, x plus 4. Okay, that's right. Sorry. So minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 4. So we're left with 2x squared minus 12x is equal to 0. We did factor out an x, we're left with 2x minus 12 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 6. So x is 6. You can do it either way. You can just plug it in, but you still have to square it. So we do this. So we square this. It'll be 36 times 2 is 72. 72 plus whatever that's going to be squared is going to be very, 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 very ugly. So we won't worry about it. So C is going to be wrong. So let's do 8. This is 64. That's 100. So that's 16, 14. 14 squared is going to be 16. 196, and then 100 plus 6 is 164. 164 is not 196. Plug in 6. That gives us 6. So it gives us 36. Plug in 6 here, it's 8. So that gives us 64. That's 12. Minus 2 is 10. So 10 squared is 100. 36 plus 64 is 100. So the answer is A again. So you can do it either way. You'll be fine. 34. You figure above the ratio of the area of the triangle WXZ to the area of YZ is 7 to 2. So the area is 7 to 2. If XY is 21, so this whole thing is 21, what is the length of WY? Okay, so the ratio is 7 to 2. So the area is 1/2 base times height. Why would you do that? Okay, I have no idea. Pretty tired. Skip 34. Hopefully you did everything else. Hope you understand everything else. You understand it. Please feel free to give me an email. I have the email to my phone, so email me any questions. I will help you out. If not, good luck on your SAT tomorrow.